But I think where the problem lies is the attempt to give an ethnic coloration to that, either the Civil War or the January 15, 1966 coup. And that's where the problem lies. Now, some people say it's Zogu school, some people say it is Ifeanyi school. The controversy is neither here nor there. All the persons that have been mentioned, whether it is Madiebo or Zogu or Anoforo or Ifeanyi, these were a team of young men, average age 30, 31 at the time. What they were attacking were failed systems in Nigeria, corruption in Nigeria, and they wanted a better country. It was not as if there was an ethnic plebiscite. It wasn't as if there was an ethnic plebiscite to organize that coup. In fact, Kaduna is in particular was Igbo, yes, but he was born and raised in Kaduna. He was more Hausa Fulani than others, and he thought what was happening in the country was not good enough. That's the first point. The second point, of course, is that if you read General Babangida's book, My Journey in Service, he devoted attention to this same issue about ethnic coloration, that the ethnic coloration is exaggerated, that this was not about ethnicity. This was a far more complex process by young men who wanted to change Nigeria. And I think that's the lie, the trope that we should push 60 years after the fact. Instead of, all this Ifeanyi coup, it's a level of emotional simplicity that shows ignorance and illiteracy, if I may add that.
Well, for those who will be wondering that what is bringing all of this now, of course, we know what has been happening, in the past many decades. And recently, Bovi, the comedian, was doing a debate, talking about the history, what happened during the Civil War, people, the names of the people who were the pioneers of that coup. And since then, people have been talking about yes, because when people want to talk, they just say, at the end of the day, when we talk about coup in this country, that Igbo started it, because some people want to try to say, some of the coup that we have been experiencing for some time now, when you see the makeup of all those people who really championed the coup, you see that most of them are northerners, from northerners, and most of the names that you hear, and also because of they were more of military men and all of that. At the end of the day, that was what this guy was talking about. He was doing the debate. Maybe you can go to his page to go and hear the full story. And before you know it, Reno Mokre commended Bovi, the comedian, but he was able to point out some truth or some misstated facts there, try to correct him and all of that. So that was what Dr. Abati was really talking about, because, from time immemorial, people have been saying, it was Igbo coup and all of that. And what he was saying there is that, people should get knowledge. See, some people still know the right thing. They still know the truth. Why some people are just gullible, they don't want to find facts because, they just, because some kind of a narrative is really, is what they really want, and they try to spread it. Some people are deliberately doing that. Why some people are so gullible? Even with the people who have known that, who know the truth, they don't want to say the truth because of their own selfish interest, because maybe they are ethnic bigots. Even as this whole thing is still being explained, even in a small, in summary, some people will still tell you that it is a lie. We don't want it. It is not true. It is true. It is not true. They still want to go with what they want to go with. But of course, at some point in time, at every interval, at every point in time that the opportunity presents itself, people will come out and be saying what they know. And at the end of the day, there will be balanced opinion. Then it now depends on the divide or the area or your own thoughts of line, where you want to align your own thoughts to. So that's just the way I see it. So that's just the basis of all this whole thing coming up again. Of course, you can say, okay, why is this guy talking about it, even Bovi? Of course, like I said, we know what has been going on for some time now. Maybe that was what prompted it, or he just wanted to do a different thing. But that's just the fact about it, that it was not an Igbo coup, just like some people want to paint the narrative. So guys, let's hear your opinion and have your take on this.